Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your month ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality for November 2019. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you. Thank you so much for all of your support. It really does mean the world to me. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you haven't got your seat yet, there are still spaces on the winter solstice alignment activation session. It's on the 21st of December this year. The reason that is special, just from a numerological perspective, the year 2019 equates to the number 3 numerologically. 21 gives you 3. 12th, the December 12th, 1 and 2 gives you 3. So this is a 333. The solstice, the winter solstice this year falls on a 333, which is a convergence of past, present and future. It is a really, really important event. So if you want to get your space, you want to get set up for 2020, get yours now. You can do that in the link in the description box below. I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good, or should I say us, because as many of you know, and I've already said, I am an ascendant Leo. Excuse me. So when I went into my intuition and my meditation, what I came up with, what I could actually see was an egg, and I could see a bird holding the egg in its beak, and it was like flapping its wings as if to say, like, get away, go away, this is mine, this is mine. And the egg itself is a symbol of new life, right? It really suggests to me that there's something that's happening for you this month that is brand new. It could be that you're starting a new job. It could be that you are moving home. It could, you know, hopefully not in a Mercury retrograde, but you know, whatever. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen, and you'll just adjust as you need to, right? So bad Rafi, don't let that put you off, right? But there's something new happening for you in this month, right? Could be an opportunity, could be a new job, like I said, could be a new home, it could be a plethora of things, right? Something new, some sort of new life is happening for you this month. And you need to defend that with everything that you are, right? Leo represents, Leo as a sign rules the 5th house, which is all to do with your children. Have you ever seen a lion, or especially a lioness, defend their cubs if they think anything or anyone is about to go near them? You ain't seen ferocious until you've seen something like that. Mama bear as well, like, it's brutal, and this is what you're being told. That's what the message was this month. There is something new happening in your life this month, and you can't take it for granted. You've got to nurture it, you've got to nourish it, but more importantly, like, this is an egg in a nest there, and like nicely looked after. It's the best that I could come up with. You need to nurture it and nourish it, but you need to be prepared to defend it with everything that you have, right? Don't let, and I'm not saying that anybody will, but this month you've got to be prepared, you've got to be prepared to go to war for it if needs be, right? If somebody wants to take it from you or challenge it or put their paw on it or whatever, you need to be prepared to say, hey, listen, back up, this is mine, this is all me, right? That's the message that I got this month. So you've got this new, wonderful new thing, new life happening for you this month. You've got to be prepared to fight for it and defend it should the need arise. So our action, straight away. First card out that I'm looking at right now is the 7 of Swords. Okay, so interesting, right? So your actions and interactions with the world at large. The 7 of Swords for me, right, because it's about lies and deceit. What this actually tells me is that this month, you are going to have to call it like you see it. When you see people chatting shit, if you see people trying to, play both sides of the fence or whatever, as people sometimes do, if you find or you see any of that this month, you got to be prepared to speak it up. Like, so it's almost like this month, you might see something or hear something and you think to yourself, hang on a sec, like, dude, you are chatting, or as we used to say when I was a kid, you're chatting breeze, like, for those of you that are from the UK, you will know. And it really does feel like that to me. It's almost like you're going to catch somebody in a lie this month. You're going to catch somebody, really just chatting a load of ish. And you're going to be like, you know what, usually I would just give people the benefit of the doubt, but this month you're being very clear cut about it and you are calling it as you see it. If you see somebody being dishonest, you're going to say so. If you see somebody chatting crap, you're going to say so. And this is the thing, usually because Leos have that generous, bouncy spirit, they're like, you know, everybody has their moments. This month you're not doing that. This month you're very much calling it like you see it, and it might step on some people's toes, but ultimately if these lies, these things that are coming up, these things that are being said affect this, you've got to be prepared to do it, right? You've got to be prepared to speak up. So, money and materials this month. What's going on in finances? And it may well be as well that, you know, I'm just thinking now that an opportunity arises, but it's almost like maybe your loyalty might be tested this month. So it's really doubly important because ultimately, you know, Leos and loyalty is that's as far as it goes, right? So you really need to speak up this month because it may be, not suggesting that it is, but it may be that your reputation comes, you know, under fire, and it's like you got to be totally in you and totally in your integrity to make sure that nobody can mess with that, right? You got Ace of Pentacles in your money and materials. Finances look good this month. Money looks beautiful. This is new starts, new beginnings. There's definitely a new start. There's definitely either a new job, like I said, a new home. There's something new that's happening for you. You're starting something this month, and it looks like a really strong start, right? And that doesn't mean, because like lots of people say that, oh, if it's a strong start, it'll be a weak finish. That's rubbish, right? It's absolute rubbish. Providing you do what you need to do, you stay in where you need to stay, everything else can work out. If you have a strong start, the chances are you can have a strong finish as well, right? You got to follow through. The Ace of Pentacles is the start. It's the beginning of something. It gives you that initial drive, initial push to make something tangible, to bring more finances, more abundance into your life, which is beautiful, but you're going to have to see it through. Remember, the aces are just potentials. It's just the start of something. So, you know, make sure that as you start is as you mean to continue. I think the saying is, start as you mean to carry on. But yeah, think longevity, think long term, not just all eggs in one basket, so to speak. So communications with the world at large this month. We get the 10 of Cups. Communications look good. You are being, whatever you're doing that's new this month, new, like I said, so it could be neighbours, because if you're moving home, you'll have new neighbours. If it's a new job, your colleagues, you're received really, really well. People are singing your praises this month. And so it's interesting that you got that 7 of Swords right at the beginning there, because it may well be that there's an envious eye cast on you, right? And when that happens, in the Caribbean culture that I come from, they call it red eye. In the I think the Asian cultures, they call it nazur. In Greek culture, we call it the mati. Like, it's, when somebody's envious or jealous of you, it's like a really it's like a shitty eye. That's the only way that I can put it. Like, they cast it. That's what that 7 of Swords feels like to me. It's almost like this month your energy is shining, it's bright, you're vibrant, your communications, you've got the 10 of Cups, things are blessed, right? And you've got the 10 of Cups right next to the Ace of Pentacles. That is assured financial success. It's assured easy, stable finances. This is beautiful for that stuff. You're being heard and received very well. So use this power wisely, because we don't always have it, where everyone else is kind of running around with like headless chickens this month. Leos could be like spinning gold from their mouths as is usual. But yeah, just keep an eye on that, because as well as you're doing, there's sometimes, well, not sometimes, there's always a hater somewhere, right? So just take that as a sign that you're doing something right. And that was the chair, by the way, not me. All right, our emotions and personal relationships, got the 8 of Cups. Beautiful card again. I mean, I love the 8 of Cups because it suggests to me that you've already moved past the problem. Now it's kind of like you're just picking up the pieces and you're saying to yourself, is it worth saving or not? Do you know what I mean? For those of you that are single, the 8 of Cups means that you are finally ready to do the healing after whatever previous relationship you had, after whatever relationship experience you've had before that left you feeling a certain way, you are now ready to completely heal from that and to move on from it. It's like you've already moved on, but now you're ready to say, right, okay, now that I've moved on and I feel a bit stronger, I'm ready to look at how I actually feel and what wounds that might have left me with. And that's always a good place to be in, because it means that you're dedicated to your own healing. It means that you're dedicated to rising above whatever experience you've had. For those of you that are partnered, this 8 of Cups means, for me, if you have had tumultuous times, if you've had rifts, if you've had arguments, fights and all the rest of it, this month you're going through the process of healing that. And it kind of feels for me like, because a lot of people say, oh, it's walking away from disappointment, and it is that for sure. I don't necessarily see it as walking away from a relationship though. I see it as walking away from the difficult times in the relationship that you've had, and really acknowledging that you can do that together. That actually, you know what, if we honor each other and treat each other with kindness and respect and do the whole communication thing and express how you actually feel, like if you're in a partnership, you have a chance to really address this. And this month, because we are in a Mercury retrograde, re-examine, redefine, re-evaluate, you can do all of that stuff. It might be a time for you guys to have a heart-to-heart, to say, look, you know what, this is where I'm at and this is how I actually feel, and I own that because they are my feelings, but here's how you may have contributed to that. Right, so first week of the month, we've got the High Priestess. You will see it. There is going to be a big secret revealed, right? And it's really interesting because I've got so much I could say about this, but you know what, this isn't about me, this is about this is about us. So what I will say is that 7 of Swords, for those of you that have been dealing with somebody or someone that you haven't felt as quite right, or you know that something's going on behind the scenes but you haven't quite been privy to it, you haven't quite had the information that you need to connect the dots, this is the month where we get to connect the dots. This first week of November, you probably find that whoever is the snake, whoever is the person that's been behind the scenes, that's been chatting the crap, that's, any of that sort of stuff, anyone that's been acting out of integrity or surreptitiously, this first week of the month is very likely when you're going to see this person revealed, and you've got to call it like you see it. New life, new place to be. Defend everything. You've got all this wonderful stuff happening for you this month, Leo. You've got to be prepared to defend it. And if that means calling someone out, then you by all means, you've got to go for it. All right? Trust your intuition, trust your gut, because when the moment comes, you will know it. You'll feel it, because it'll be like a crack of an illusion. Second week of the month, we got the Tower card. So this is obviously the aftermath. But because you've got it underneath the Ace of Pentacles, I really like this pairing actually, because it suggests that, if you're starting a new job, you might end up getting more money than you signed up for originally, right? They might like you so much that they turn around and say, actually, you know what, we're going to give you a higher salary to give you that enticement to stay. Also with the Ace of Pentacles, because you've got the Tower card here as well, you could be having realizations about your finances, about your resources, or even about your home. For some of you, this could be that a move spontaneously has to happen, and that might be in response to or relation to something to do with work. It's a very, very big possibility this month. All right, so the third week of the month, we get the Empress. I mean, communications this month are just going to be super, super strong. You are super shining. People just want to be around you. They're gravitating towards you. You have this magnetic air about you this month, which is absolutely beautiful. And I'm intrigued because excuse me. Don't worry about that. I was just counting something to see. So you got the Empress underneath the 10 of Cups. I mean, this is coming up. You're going to be full of ideas this month, right? Your ideas 3 and 4 a penny. Conversations are going to be easy. They're going to flow. There will be a lot of invites this month. My advice to you on that front as well is pace yourself. Ask yourself, do I need to go to every event? Say you get invited to like 2 events every day for the next, say, 4 weeks, right until 6 weeks, even, you know, right until the middle of December. You go to two events every day for 6 weeks, you're going to be exhausted. Pick the ones that are going to help you with networking. Pick the ones that are going to support and enhance current connections that you already have. And, you know, don't be afraid to decline anything. This month you can worry not. You don't have to have any FOMO this month, right? Because you're going to be all right either which way. But communications look great. The Empress does suggest a lot of enjoyment to be had, because you've got the Tower card there as well. Some invites might be spontaneous. Some of the stuff that comes up might be very last minute for you. There might be things that you have to really think on your feet for. And then finally, the 4th week of the month, you've got the Emperor card with the 8 of Chalices. For those of you that are in relationships and established bonds, they just get deeper. The Emperor suggests that you really are ready to do the whole commitment thing, that you're ready to commit to making your relationship better, to enhancing the experience that you have. For those of you that are single, yeah, you're really getting a handle on where you've been, on what you've experienced, and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I still believe in the institution of relationship. I still believe in the institution of marriage. You know, I still believe in what partnerships stand for. I may not be ready for another one at this moment in time, but I certainly am ready to elevate beyond that so that I can do my final bit of healing. And then finally we have our key to the month, which is the Knight of Swords, right? So yeah, usually people say like, oh, don't rush in too hasty and all the rest of it, but no, that doesn't feel like the message for me. This really does feel for me like what I was saying here. You've got to be prepared to go toe to toe with it. If you haven't seen, have you seen Creed 2? There's in Creed 2, there's a bit where Rocky, as he's training, I can't remember what his name is, there's a bit where he's training him and he gets in the ring and he says, right, you need to put your foot inside the tyre. And he goes, and he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, because toe to toe is where the match is going to be. This Knight of Swords is that's exactly what it's saying to you this month. You are going to be prepared to do some form of battle. If it's, you know, hopefully it's just with words, right? But you need to be prepared to defend something of yours, right? And it's something that's newly shaping up in your life. You've got to be prepared to go for it. You've got to be prepared to go toe to toe with anyone or anything that threatens that. And like I said, as for this, you will know. You will absolutely know once this person is revealed. And I just got that feeling. I got that feeling. I know how it's all going to go down. But yeah, when the time comes, you will know, because you will feel it. And when that thing or that person is revealed, you will feel so much stronger for it, because you'll know that that's it. That's the last thing that was hiding behind the shadows, trying to hold you back in some way, shape or form. All right, so I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Remember, there's so much here that is great, that is amazing and to be loved. There's only 1 or 2 drawbacks, and in all fairness, it's nothing that you can't deal with. This is the month where you need to roar. There have been previous months this year where it's like, no, keep a lid on it, keep a lid on it. Don't roar, don't do the lion thing. This is the month where you can let rip. This is the month where you can roar like a lion, and trust me, they are going to hear you. Well, they're going to hear me, I know that much. Anyway, I wish you all of the best. Have a fantastic month. Take care, and I'll see you soon.